I've always been kind of carrying this truth for a while, because I was kind of, when I was young, I was afraid that my dad was going to retaliate. I'm going to be quite frank. But now all of my parents have passed away. And now I feel a lot more comfortable discussing it a little bit more freely, and especially knowing the health benefits of mindfulness, holistic healing.
It's too simple to work.
We like living, we like gold, we like silver.
That came up previously in my life, but I kind of put it down, and I knew that when the right time came, that I'll be able to address this. Whatever you use to escape, that could be considered a coping mechanism, and we'll discuss what coping mechanism. Okay, so coping mechanism is a strategy. Look this up because I ain't got time to be bending down. All right. Class is in session. All right, coping mechanism is a strategy or behavior that people use to manage stress, emotions, or difficult times that can be conscious or unconscious and help individuals adapt to challenges or maintain emotional balance. All right. So again, I'm going to repeat it again because sometimes we got to do it, say it again slowly. Coping mechanism is a strategy. All right. You're either strategizing consciously or unconsciously. Okay. And your body's going to do one or two things. If you haven't processed a strategy on how to move forward unconsciously, your body will find a way, or your mind, you understand, and circumstances will make a way to keep that emotional balance, because your body is going to naturally want to get back to its normal state, and whatever it needs to do to get back to that normal state is going to do that. However, again, these can be healthy. Coping mechanisms can be healthy or unhealthy. I didn't say that part, but I want to put that in there. Coping mechanisms can be healthy or unhealthy. So again, a strategy or behavior that people use to manage stress, emotions, or difficult times that can be conscious or unconscious and help individuals adapt to challenges or maintain emotional balance. Okay? Emotional balance is very big. It's very big. Healthy ways. The healthy ways, coping mechanisms, exercising, time management, talking to someone, mindfulness and meditation. Are you mad? This is where we are. So it's a really beautiful thing to see that I have been using Are You Mad as a healthy coping mechanism to processing grief, right? I said, oh my God, there's been so much I've been bottling up. I need to start talking to someone. Now, I did get a therapist, and I do have therapists, okay? But at the same token, I said that this is something that needs to be taught. This is something that needs to be discussed more, especially people that look like me. We don't do this enough. We've been doing a lot lately, trending, but how are you actually applying it? Because it sounds good, but are you really walking the walk? Excuse me, okay? So again, coping mechanisms can be healthy or unhealthy. Let's talk about the unhealthy ways. I'll come back. Let me get the unhealthy tips, and I'll be back. Okay, so unhealthy coping mechanisms. First one they noted they put reference to is avoidance. You heard me say it, right? I knew that this was something that I was going to have to get to or address, but I waited for the right time. Now, if you consciously know that you are avoiding, do yourself a favor and try to get yourself aligned to break that. You know what I mean? Get out of that shell. Or as long as my therapist said a while ago, the first therapist that actually got me after Dorothy, no shade to Dorothy. Yeah, no Dorothy. The first therapist that got me, she said, because, it was extreme anxiety that I was kind of trying to, because at the time I was having panic attacks, and I was just trying to manage the body, keep the body, keep it in. Not be so frazzled, you know what I'm saying? Anxious, so to speak. Be anxious for nothing, but full of prayer, love, and a sound mind. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But you got to tell yourself, you got to train this mind. This thing right here is very powerful. What you tell yourself it'll present in different ways. So make sure you talk nicely. Talk nicely to yourself. Talk to me nice. And she said to me, in terms of in terms of trying to manage the anxiety at that time, because that was my thing, was give yourself a time to come back to that. Like, let's say, oh snap, I gotta pay the bill, da 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 da. Instead of like panicking right then and there when you're maybe in the middle of a basketball game, like, instead of being present, give yourself a time to say, okay, you know what, I'll come back to that. Give yourself a time, like schedule it. Like, you know what, I'm going to focus on, okay, I'll look into that bill maybe tomorrow night or later on this evening. Give yourself a time. Schedule it. Schedule a time to worry is literally what she told me. That's like a real thing. Therapist, put something in the comments if you also let your patients know the same thing, or if you're not with that style. Next one. Oh, did I say avoid? Oh, yeah, so avoidance. Ignore the problem instead of addressing it.
Nonsense.
So, one way, instead of avoiding it, try to schedule it. Schedule a time to worry, or schedule a time to address it, but make sure you're scheduling it, a time to look at it, instead of avoiding it in its entirety, because the only thing that comes to my head, you ever heard this thing, like, if you build it, it will come. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like what I think of with avoidance. Like, if I ignore it, it will go away. No, it won't.
Sir? Sir, are you listening to me, sir? Sir, I'm talking to you. Sir.
It won't go away. Actually, it'll come back and it'll bite you in the butt in a way that you don't even want it to bite you. And you'll be like, because you know what? Information, resources. Substance abuse. Using alcohol or drugs to numb feelings or escape. There's no amount of liquor. I was just talking to somebody. There's no high, there's no drunkenness that's going to solve any of our problems. Never will. Now, it's going to prolong, delay, postpone the problem being solved and or resolved.
He copied my whole fucking flow.
That gets me through the phone.
He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
But it's never going to solve it. And alcohol is actually poison. Low-key, high-key. Just saying. Spirits. Anyway. Another one. Second one. This is the last one. Overeating or undereating. Where my undereaters at? You ever see people that going through something, all of a sudden they losing all the weight because they're not eating? I used to be that girl. I used to do that. It's like, and this wasn't consciously. This was subconsciously. It's like I didn't have the desire for food. Can you imagine? Look at me. You see these cheeks? Can you imagine me not having desire for food? Well, these are natural. My cheekbones are natural. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you've seen pictures. You can go back to previous Are You Mad? Where I've like lost like a lot of weight pre-injury, post-injury, so forth. Or this or but sometimes, or overeating. Sometimes we might just eat, right? Just to take the pain away, as a way to cope with emotions. But I felt like this was important. I felt like this was an important message. If you haven't already taken account to how we cope in different ways. So either you go through something, don't say, "Nah, I'm good. I ain't even have to talk to nobody. I didn't even have to do anything." Listen up.
Tell me it was good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me that was good. Tell me I'm 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 good. Tell me I'm
Listen to me, Linda. Your body, your mind is going to find a way to escape.
I've got to do
to balance the emotional health, and it'll be consciously or unconsciously. So how about you do yourself that favor and mindfully address the matter, the trauma. If we want to know what trauma is, go back to my previous video. What is trauma? And trauma responses. All right. These are all things that, you know better, you do better. Hopefully you apply it to your life. Hopefully this helps you to at least sow the seed, because that's the whole thing with the mind. That's the beauty about the mind. It's like, if somebody says, don't chew gum, all of a sudden you have the desire to chew gum. This is with mindfulness, presenting healthier ways to cope, okay? We're changing the narrative of mental health one podcast episode at a time. And mental health is something that a lot of folks don't like to take seriously because they can't physically see it. But the same way you would address stubbing your toe if you stubbed your toe on the coffee table, if people still have those in their homes. And you're going to you're going to say, ouch, right? You acknowledge the pain, right? Those nerves are going to let you know where the pain is. You're physically going to touch and rub that little toe, right? You're going to rub that toe like, oh my God. That's the same thing I want us to do with our emotional and our mental health, right? Acknowledge the pain. Ouch. That's what I do now. When people say stuff that hurts, I'm like, ouch. Because I acknowledge, oh, this thing, you're stinging me right now. It is hurting me. Eto me. It's my guy. Eto me. Y'all tell me. Eto me. It's hurting me now. It's hurting. What you are saying and what you are doing, it has hurt me. It's paining me. So, ouch. Because this thing is stinging. Now go take your hand and go rub it. Rub it. Console yourself, huh? Self-care. Self-soothe. Healthy manner, though. Not the unhealthy way. Till next time, my name is Nicole Nikki New, a.k.a. Nick to the New, a.k.a. Nick Murder. Creative founder. Are you mod? Podcast for the people. Mindful Coaching will be returning very soon. Let me set my schedule up so I can figure it out. But Mindful Coaching will be returning very soon. If you are interested in taking part in mindful coaching, send me a message. Message me on my website at argumad.com, ARGH, letter UMAD, where it says any questions. Message me with your contact information, and I will set up a time with you. That way, that works out with both of our schedules until I allot a designated time, because I had to stop that. Because we had to get our head. We had to do the side hustle. If you don't move your feet, then we don't eat. So we like neck and neck. So in the meantime, in between time, be sure to check out the audio podcast, which are still streaming on all major podcast platforms: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We have some on YouTube as well. So make sure you're doing me that favor in downloading and streaming those audio episodes. And I did all the editing myself. It's just me. One woman show now. One woman show. I'm doing the edit. I'm listening. You see those broken Beats headphones? They've been getting me through. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll cut it. Shout out to Kwame Adu, Fist Fights, our theme song. It is well with my soul. You guys be blessed and be a blessing. Until next time, are you mine? And Super Chuck.
Here's Fist Fight by Kwame Adu and Suffering.
Oh, run that back! Run that back!
We like living, we like gold, we like silver, we like hoes, we got goals, we just human, we don't know, yo, we ain't stupid, the only person holding my back is myself.
I don't know anything. I just know 7 seas. I just know 7 lands. I'm a human being with power resting in my hand. I think I just made a fan. Came a long way from lunch table.
I challenge this man.
I rise, I win. I challenge this man. I rise, I win. I challenge this man. This fight ain't right, but I just killed up his clan. Living off of scraps, all heroes isn't super. Matter of fact, it makes me a janitor.
Mopping up the blood and sipping wine on my
Canister.
But ain't a drink alive can make me feel like I can handle this. Bigger things to fret on,
I've been
stress on.
Body getting torn up, get the F's on. Listen, my socks dirty, my shoes white.
My Glock 30, when I rap I'm a shooter. Stop bitching and write something. Time is made up, but it's time to be
Fight for something.
Holding back opinion, I might die if I fake like it.
I'll die if I fake like it.
In this world we live by the piker. I was playing Mario.
In 01
I can spill the definition
of a tyrant.
I ain't fisted something that I
know of.
Boxing in Japan,
Like I'm in.
Bison.
Listen, $30,000 in notebooks. I wrote hooks.
Understood the world is my pen.
It's It's just chickens and hens.
I get cracking like breakfast. I break fast like I might really crash in the end. Reincarnation, I'm acknowledging spaces. The force of being human is like falling and hitting pavement.
All y'all super tasteless. All y'all super tasteless.
But
The only person